am Sanjeev Pandya, welcoming you to this week's edition of the Tax Talk with AJ, right here on ITV Gold. The show is brought to you by Science CPS Services, a full-fledged, complete accounting firm, very professional accounting firm, located in the state of New Jersey. Multiple locations. They can assist you with your personal tax matters as well as business tax matters. And their contact number is 908-888-8900, or you can visit their website, sciencecpsservices.com, for accounting, bookkeeping, payroll services, even virtual CEO, CFO, and much more than that, but not limited to IRS tax audit, because they can also assist you with IRS tax audit. So any issue related to taxes, you should contact Science CPS Services, because they believe in doing taxes right. We thank Science CPS Services for sponsoring the show. All right, with that note, I'd like to welcome Mr. Ajay Kumar of Science CPS Services to the show. Ajay, welcome to the show. Good to have you.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Thank you for the kind introduction.
You're very welcome. And today we have a guest. That gentleman has been on our show earlier, but today he's visiting again to talk about something very important, and that's Mr. Hemant Bhatt, founder and chairman of ARC USA. ARC USA is the organization which is solely for the Republican followers, Republicans who believe in the Republican Party's agenda, and the members. ARC USA founded over 10 years ago, and now really gaining momentum in putting the Republicans from our community together. Hemant Bhai, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you. All right, folks. Now, the reason Mr. Hemant Bhatt has joined in, because today we're going to talk about something really, really important, and both AJ and Mr. Hemant Bhatt will definitely put in their suggestions and put in their beliefs in this episode, because we're going to talk about the tax bill. Less than about a month ago, you can say, a major bill was passed in the Congress. Congress passed it first, and then Senate approved it after some changes. This was President Donald Trump's dream to have this bill passed, and it just passed right before July 4th holiday. And on July 4th holiday, he signed it. This is a comprehensive, tax bill, and it's a kind of spending law which continues Donald Trump's 2017 tax cuts, which is going to be permanent, and the more also things have been added into this, what they call is Big Beautiful Bill. Republicans have termed it Big Beautiful Bill, which is 900 pages long, and there are several things in it. It affects everybody, lower middle class, upper middle class, and wealthy people with high net worth, and the corporations also. Affects everybody, and with a lot of motion, commotion finally going on, the bill was passed. So today, we're going to touch upon that bill, and we're going to have these issues highlighted about that bill in our episode. So starting with Mr. AJ, who brings an expert in the tax matters. AJ, Big Beautiful Bill, is it really, really big, beautiful bill when it comes to taxes? And of course, you're going to be, looking into it more deeply.
Well, it is definitely big. You have 900 pages in there. It's beautiful. It's going to save a lot of money for a lot of people. A lot of changes that the Republicans wanted in 2017. They were supposed to phase out by the end of 25. Now they have been made, a lot of them have been made permanent. So it's going to be a good thing for a lot of people. So it's beautiful. It's a tax bill. So it definitely is big, beautiful bill, Sanjeevji.
Well, listen, it's a beautiful, yes, from Republicans' point of view, it's a beautiful, but there is, nothing is ever so beautiful. There must be some kind of things which is kind of dark spot. I don't want to say ugly into it, but there is always a dark spot into the bill as well, which actually made Democrats very, very upset, but finally the bill is passed. So in today's episode, AJ is going to touch upon tax topic. Mr. Hemant Bhatt is going to also pitch in with the immigration matters and the other matters. So together, we're going to try to get you as much information possible about the Big Beautiful Bill.
Absolutely, Sanjeev. So in 30 minutes episode, while we are talking about Big Beautiful Bill, we'll have several aspects to it. So we'll try to keep it fast-paced. We'll try to give you as much information as possible.
Start with the good news.
I start with the good news. So a lot of changes that were temporary in nature, meaning were supposed to expire at the end of 25, are made permanent. For example, prior to 2017 TCJA, Tax Cut and Jobs Act, the maximum income tax rate used to be 39.6%, which was changed to 37%, and it was supposed to expire at the end of 25. Now it has been made permanent, so now the maximum tax rate in this country is 37%. And as much as you want to whine about it, as much as you want to complain about it, this is one of the lowest tax rate this country has seen. 37% is a beautiful thing. There are a lot of other changes in the bill. Say, for example, QBI deduction, qualified business income deduction for a small business. So per the TCJA 2017 Act, first 20% of the income is not taxable to a small business, which is a beautiful thing. Now that change was supposed to expire at the end of 25. That change has been made permanent and has been brought in a minimum limit of $400 to it. So not only the change has been made permanent, it has been improved for the benefit of a small business. So there are a lot of good things about it. A lot of people, especially in New Jersey, New York, California, high property tax state. A lot of people were whining, crying about the property tax. If you remember, in TCJA, in Tax Cut and Jobs Act, property tax or SOLT deduction was limited to $10,000. Yep. That has been increased to $40,000. And again, as much as a lot of people are saying this bill is only for rich people and not for poor people, but hear me out. If you are making more than $500,000, married filing joint, or single $250,000, then the $40,000 starts to go down, starts to phase out. So this $40,000 benefit is only applicable to you if you are making less than $500,000. So whenever you hear a story that this bill is meant for this type of people, there is always two sides of the story. It's your story, my story, and yet another. There is another story to it. So there are a lot of other changes. Say charitable contribution. If you remember, in TCJA, charitable contribution was increased to 60% of your AGI. Now that change was supposed to expire at the end of 25. That change has been made permanent. Now 60% can be your potential charitable contribution, and it gets better. Starting 2026, not 2025, not for this year, but from next year. The taxes for 2026 that will be filed in 2027. Starting 2026, there's an above the line charitable contribution deduction. Again, for who? For smaller income people. If your income is less than $200,000, you get to deduct $1,000 per person. For married filing joint, $2,000 extra. But now the charitable contribution have to be more than 0.5%. The charitable contribution in excess of more than 0.5% of your AGI are going to be deductible. That's how we say 200,000, 0.5% is 1,000, and $1,000 is above the line deduction for charitable contribution. For corporation, they are in excess of 1% as opposed to 0.5%. So there are a lot of beautiful things, a lot of beautiful changes in this bill, Sanjeevji, that we can talk about.
You think that will help economy and everything else?
I believe so. I mean, I personally believe it will be extremely helpful for the economy, for day-to-day life, for a lot of small businesses, and for a lot of poor people. I'll give you another example. Say, for example, tips. Your tips are not going to be taxable. I mean, there's a deduction. It's not an exemption. It's a deduction, but nonetheless, the $25,000 up to $25,000 of tip is going to be tax-free. Look at overtime. Who does overtime? Poor people who cannot make the ends meet. Those are the people who have to do overtime. Up to $25,000 of overtime is allowed as non-taxable. It's a deduction. It's not an exemption. But nonetheless, $25,000 is $25,000. Again, for who? If you are making less than $150,000 married filing joint, $75,000 as single, $150,000 married filing joint. So if you are rich, making a lot of money, this does not apply to you. So how can you say this bill is not for poor people?
All right, so $150,000 for husband and wife, right? All right, so let's say wife doesn't make $75,000, but husband makes more than $75,000. Would the overtime benefit apply to that person?
Well, that's a gray area. In that case, you may consider filing separate because the limit is $75,000 for individual,
yes,
and $150,000 for joint. So if you have a situation where one spouse is making 70,000, the second spouse is making 100,000. So in total, you won't qualify. But if you do separate filing,
Then you will.
then you can qualify. But those things have to be evaluated based on case by case basis.
Okay.
You have to look at what other benefits you are losing
Obviously.
by doing married filing separate.
Okay. All right, folks. As we are continuing to discuss Big Beautiful Bill, we have a guest here, Mr. Hemant Bhatt, who is the founder and chairman of ARC USA, Asian American Republican Coalition. He founded this 10 years ago. And like I said, it has gained momentum, and there are many members part of this. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Bhatt. First of all, welcome to the show. And my question to you is that if this bill is so beautiful, and as AJ explained all the tax benefits, why were Democrats not happy about it?
Okay. First of all, Ajay ji, thank you for having me. Thank you, Sanjay bhai. And basically, there is a difference in ideology between two parties. So what is good for Republican may be bad for the Democrat. There is an equal simple equation. Now, see, Democrats are, and you'll be surprised that no single Democrat congressman has voted for this bill. The bill was containing the tax provisions, extension of the tax provisions. If that bill would not have been passed, every American was to have the increase in tax rate to maximum, and it would have been restored to the original one. So that was really, the people did not understand that, and they did not voted for that. So that
No Democrat voted for the bill.
No Democrats voted for it.
Two Republicans also did not vote for the bill, and that's when the Speaker Mike Johnson had to, Vice President J.D. Vance had to come in the Senate and break the tie.
See, two Republicans did not vote there for other reasons, because this is, as Ajay ji very rightly said, big beautiful bill. Earlier, the legislation was in 2, 3, 4 pieces. And now what they did, that they have combined everything, immigration, border security, then defense, then the tax and everything into one bill. That's why the President Trump called it a big bill. Now, having said that, some Republican did not find particular area for which they wanted to, for which they have not voted for it. Okay. So it was not all the provisions of the bill they have not voted for. They have not voted for particular provisions of the bill.
Okay, all right. So having said that, now we know that Republicans they came up with this bill, big beautiful bill, and Democrats didn't vote for it. In the second half, we're going to discuss a little more. Mr. Hemant Bhatt is going to look into it, and he's going to talk about different things which are really good in the bill. That's all coming up right after this message. Stay with us. Welcome back to the second half of the Tax Talk with AJ right here on ITV Gold. This part of the show brought to you by Suhag Jewelers, the beautiful showroom located on Oak Tree Road in Islin. Suhag Jewelers, one of the finest and oldest jewelers in the area. Suhag Jewelers, known for having a great collection of gold, silver, platinum, diamond jewelry in collection. Suhag Jewelers is known for the best prices in the town, and most importantly, they are known for the best customer service. Visit Suhag Jewelers at your convenient time, the showroom on Oak Tree Road, or you can visit their website. And with Suhag Jeweler, we bring you the gold prize right here in our show, and AJ has the gold prize.
Thank you, Sanjeev ji. I got these gold prizes from Suhag Jeweler. The current price is $33.88, but I'll remind you, the gold prices are expected to go up. The highest gold price was up to $3,500 per ounce, and that was just recently in April 2025, just 3 months ago.
Well, that tells you the gold price is obviously going up, and it will continue to go up, but that tells you that gold is the safe to buy and safe to invest in the gold. Once again, we thank Suhag Jewelers for sponsoring this segment, Tax Talk with AJ. Now continuing our conversation about Big Beautiful Bill, our attention to Mr. Hemant Bhatt. He's going to highlight some of the things as part of the Big Beautiful Tax Bill.
Thank you, Sanjeev ji. So let me just add what Ajay said, that the money which is saved in the form of taxes and deduction, all that money will be circulating in the market. If that money is circulating in the market, the economy will be becoming, consumer confidence and all the manufacture, everything will go up. So this is a win-win situation for that. Number two is, as in this bill, they have given the incentives to the lot of of industries like saving of tax and
Corporations,
all
yes.
corporations. So they will be able to increase their manufacturing. And once
then
they
hire more people.
hire
and
more
everything.
people, they will be able to lot of higher employment. And in this case, what will happen is people that is unemployment ratio will be also very, very, very low. Now, having said that, the bill has formalized certain executive orders what President Trump did before passing of the bill. So I will speak some
Please.
of
Yes.
them, which is very, very important.
Okay.
So the executive order for securing our border, which was wide open, everybody knows more than 21 people have crossed the border, and it was like chaos there. So number 2 is the Iron Dome for America. You know, Iron Dome is something, what they are trying to do, they will have a missile. Any foreign missile which is coming to US, from anywhere, that is like an umbrella,
They'll be able to block.
they'll be able to block
Yes,
and destroy it. So then unleashing
Which
the-
actually, this Iron Dome concept became very popular during Israel and,
Yes.
Israel and Iran war. Yes.
Yeah. So the third thing is unleashing the American energy. So President Trump, when he took the office, he declared the energy emergency, and then he always promised into the campaign speeches, deal, baby deal, So that now the gas prices have already gone down. It is expected to go down more, and so even inside the summer, the gas prices are not. I think last summer it was $4 or maybe $4.50 something, but this time it is quite low.
That's why they had record number of millions of people traveling during July 4th holiday.
Exactly. So, and then the another thing what the bill is covering is immediate expansion of American timber production. See, in America is paying a lot of tariff on the import of the timber from Canada and some other countries. So President Trump thought that why not we have a lot of timber in our woods in America. So they are going to, in fact, they are going to stop the import of timber. They already started making the timber United States of America. So that is really going to be a great help for the domestic production and generation of employment. Then the very important thing is reforming accreditation to strengthen higher education. So this particular, as if everybody must be aware that Department of Education has been abolished by President Trump. Only a couple of some people are there. The idea is he wants to give the education portfolio to the states concerned, and they want that the state has to decide about the education policy. And once it is done that way, the education will be becoming more productive as far as the states are concerned. And the accreditation means the certain universities, certain educational institutions, they will be accredited looking to their merits and looking to their status in the education field, and that is also going to be really very important as far as education is concerned. You will be surprised to note that the American education, I think we are number 40. I'm not very sure, but we are number 40 in the level of education as far as the world countries are concerned. So he is trying to really bring up the American people back to good educated people. And very important thing is the Organization for Economic Cooperations and Development, that is OECD, Global Tax Deal. So this is a very important feature as far as bill is concerned. That is going to make the America wealthy, as what President Trump always talked to the promised in the campaign scene. So I think that this bill is comprehensive in every respect. And the President Trump, what he said, make America healthy again, make America wealthy again, make America proud again, make America strong again, make America great again. All the features are covered here.
Okay, very well said. Just the last thing missing is bring back Trump again. But we'll see what happens with that one. One of the things that we should mention when you mention Iron Dome and other thing, this bill actually it gives a benefit to fossil fuel companies, because during Joe Biden's administration, they had put in a lot of restrictions on the fossil fuel because they had different ideology. But this bill gives a lot, very much benefits to fossil fuel companies. AJ, I like to have your attention here. We need to discuss two things. One is student loan and one is SALT. state and the local taxes.
So there are a lot of benefits for the student loan under the new bill. There is a special focus on higher education for the American people. So for the regular school, they have created new programs, new loan programs for the children going into accredited schools. For the professional program, medical schools and dental schools, there are higher limits for the students who can take loan and pay it over time. And so it's encouraged through this bill to have the children go for the higher education. For SALT, state and local tax deduction, as we were discussing in the first half, the limit was $10,000. That $10,000 limit has been increased to $40,000 now, but there's a cap, income limit. If married filing joint tax return has an income of $500,000, 500,000 or more, then this 40,000 starts to phase out and it goes back to 10,000 again. So SALT has been increased to 40,000 from 10,000 as long as your income is under less than $500,000 married filing joint.
We should remind our viewers that this SALT deduction, when Trump put a cap on it, $10,000 in his first term, he got a lot of criticism for that, because nowadays property taxes are high almost everywhere in the country, and especially in metro cities, property taxes are very, very
Absolutely.
high. And state that we are in New Jersey, it's just a skyrocketing. So Trump had to make these changes and allow up to $40,000, which will definitely benefit. Now this one has no end date, right? The SALT is no end date.
There's no end date as such, but prior to 2017, property tax was deducted for everybody. Now there is an income limit. If somebody is making more than a certain amount, they may still have a situation that they are able to deduct only $10,000.
Okay, depending upon their income. So that means the wealthier people will not be able to take $40,000 full deduction.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And again, this bill sort of tends to benefit lesser income people more than larger income.
Obviously, because on top of the mortgage, if you have to pay roughly, let's say, approximately $1,000 a month just for the property taxes, that adds so much burden on lower to middle income class people. Student loan, there is a deadline, December 29, right? December 2029, I meant to say. Why he hasn't made student loan permanent also?
Well, everything has a cost to it. At the end of the day, it's a balancing act. So there are certain things that have been made permanent in the bill for 2017 TCJA, Tax Cut and Jobs Act that they called it. So you have to forecast, you have to predict the cost of making a particular change, and then you have to see how would you find the money to accommodate that change. So there are a lot of things that are made permanent in this bill from 2017. There are a lot of new things in this bill. But again, you have to use this balancing act. If you come across a bill, if you give everything, and now you have created a $10 trillion deficit, that will not be passed by Congress.
But this one is still going to add about $4.2 trillion or
No,
$3.4 trillion, whatever the number is coming, it's still going to add that much. But we'll see what happens.
Basically, Sanjeev,
if there is
let
a
me
way.
correct you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. The deficit, what they are telling about 3.6 additional debt, but then the number of employment which is going to be generated, the industrialization which is coming, $17 trillion investment is coming into this country.
I was just going to say that there may be other ways that the government is going to bring in more revenues. Yes, Mr. Bhatt, you're right. There are some benefits, but going forward, they'll be able to bring more revenue through different sources. And if nothing works, then obviously selling green card to the people who want to come to USA.
See, basically, if you know, in the month of June, the trade there is a surplus, $30 billion surplus in the trade deficit.
Correct.
Earlier it used to be like deficit.
Correct.
And they expect $200 billion into the government. And so I think Ajay may be aware.
Okay.
The America's wealth fund is being created.
Absolutely.
And America is not going to remain the same what we have seen in the last 4 years of administration.
So let's just make that closing comment because we have less than a minute to go to. Okay. Mr. Bhatt, thank you. Ajay, last question for 30 seconds only. Do you think from the tax point of view there could have been something better in this tax bill?
There could always be something better. There are a lot of things in this bill.
No tax to anybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there are a lot of things in this bill, more than what people were expecting
Okay,
to see
all
in
right.
this bill.
So that they should be happy. So when
Everybody should
when you
be
have
happy.
your clients coming at Science CPA Services, at the end of the year, and when they look for the refund checks to come in 2026, they should be happy.
They should be happy.
All right, folks. Now listen, big beautiful bill. It's not only tax and the other thing mentioned here. It's more than that. There's immigration and there's a Medicare and Medicaid. One of the things Democrats were not happy was about Medicare and Medicaid. So for that reason, ARC, Asian American Republican Coalition, they have put an event together. And in this event, there's going to be a keynote speaker, Mr. Ajay Kumar of Science CPA Services, who's really going to give all the details from the tax point of view. And we're going to have guest speakers. One is going to be immigration attorney, and then the other one is going to be Medicare and Medicaid expert. They're going to be there. This is happening on August 6th at Royal Albert Palace. And you can send an email to be part of it, arcusaorg@gmail.com. That you will see it on the screen also. You will see the flyer also, all the details. Be part of the event. Come and take a look what these experts have to say about this big, beautiful bill. You will find information relative to you. You'll find information helpful to you in any other way, shape, or form. So be part of that event on August 6th at Royal Albert Palace. With that note, we come to the end of this episode, The Tax Talk with AJ, sponsored by Science CPA Services and supported by Suhag Jewelers. Hemant Bhai, thank you so very much for being part of the show. AJ, as usual, thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your valuable suggestions. I am Sanjeev Pandya. Until we meet again, same place, same time. So long.